and tonight this gentleman will be making his network television debut. This is his most recent album right here. It's called Spirit of Love. We're very pleased to welcome Majek Feshek.
Arise from your sleep, Africa. Rise from your sleep, America. There's work to be done, Africa. There's work to be done, America. But if we unite, we will be free. So long, too long, so long, too long. We've been sitting down for so long. We've been fooling around for too long. We've been sitting down for so long. I have not been fooling around for too long. So long, so long, too long, too long, so long, for too long, too long. Hey. Remember, long time ago, when we used to live like prince and princess. Remember, the pyramid of Egypt, when we used to live like prince and princess. Remember, Marcus Garvey, who are the dream for New America. Oh, remember, Martin Luther King, the dream for New America. They say you are black, they say you are brown, they say you are black, they say you are brown. Only the angels of Jah is white now. Only the angels of God is white. So long, too long, so long.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. This by the end of the year. How are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your geographical location. I am your host, aka Electricity. I'm here today again, and I will be back in a moment. Thank you very much. Just a short 10-second break. Thank you for that. I just had to quickly, as you are aware, the Nigerian Labour Congress after giving the federal government an ultimatum, commenced a strike today in view of a minimum wage demand or increase. And as a result, government establishment, including the national grid, is currently closed. Also, I think JSS3 students are supposed to write exams today. This also has been suspended as a result of their action. How does this solve the problem on ground? Is the minimum wage increase in the best interest of Nigerians? I took a very analytical approach in this matter, and in my opinion, even though some says, in my opinion, let me just don't let me say that. In my opinion, this demand, one, is unrealistic. The amount they are demanding is unrealistic. It's not even open to negotiation. Two, when making a demand, you can't close the national grid. Three, it will drive inflation high, given that we don't have that strong institution or our institutions to control pricing, price of items. We don't have it. So making this demand, saying that it's going to put more money in the pocket of workers and also help the market, is not realistic. If we've seen in the past, let's like I said, going forward, to me, it's a solution based. Sometimes it may become we'll become very harsh at each other in respect to this solution based matter. And if this increase is implemented, market women, goods and services will go up, whether we like it or not. So, what problem has it solved? Rather than focusing on the real thing, on having a good government in place, on addressing matters concerning our institution and making our institution or the existing institution stronger. Transparency, to be more transparent. But that is not what we're doing. Rather, we're calling for strike. I don't sometimes, like Rudolph always say, who do us? Who did this to us? And I often answer the question, nobody did this to us. We're doing this to ourselves. We often want to blame people for our problems. So we mean we can't deal with this issue without going on strike. These are educated people that we look up to, that we trust to do things right. You can't control the price and goods and services in Nigeria today. You can't control it. And you want the government to increase a minimum wage. How does that work? Why do we always put the cart before the horse rather than putting the horse before the cart? The horse is meant to pull the cart and not the cart to pull the horse. The cart cannot even pull the horse. And here we say we want a better government. And those who are representing workers are acting just like the government themselves. How does increased minimum wage help workers and Nigerians at large? It doesn't. I don't know who they consult. I don't know who advises them to go on this strike. And I wish us all the best in this regard. Because the government, even if the government pay, I mean, there are different figures out there. This I saw this one 615,000 naira. I don't know if this figure is correct. The government put forward 60,000 naira, but they are demanding 615,000 naira. Even 60,000 naira is still not, it does not cut it. However, it is not about the increase of minimum wage. It's not. Because bet me today, if the government concedes and agree to this minimum wage, a bag of rice that is 80,000 naira as of today, maybe more than, we shoot up to 150,000 naira, if not more. Because the institutions to do these checks and balance, to enforce pricing, to control pricing, is not functional. And if these institutions are not functional, then why are you demanding for increase in wage, knowing fully well that the woman that sells pepper, that sells milk, that sells gari, that sells this and that, will equally also increase theirs with the same percentage? So if the minimum wage is increased by 100%, the market women will increase, or the goods and services will go up by the same amount, 100%. We've not been able to control the pricing on petroleum products, petrol, PMS. And we want to demand, and we are demanding for increase in minimum wage. What is wrong with us? Can we not get our hearts together and look for a good solution-based idea than to be now putting people, I mean, closing the national grid? I think the NLC, whoever is in charge, whatever his name is, should be arrested. We are experiencing epileptic electricity in Nigeria at the moment. And you're going further to close the national grid. One of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life. How about the hospitals that depend on electricity, and those who are also on oxygen, being powered by electricity? What is wrong with us that we can't even think for one moment the consequences of our action? And you close the national grid, and you want people to sympathize with you? Definitely, I ain't gonna give you no sympathy, whoever you. And if, I mean, this strike will fail. As much as I don't agree with the current government we have, or whatever, the way they've been running the country, the government should not yield to your demand for such foolishness and stupidity that you are exercising by closing the national grid. Hospitals, industries still depend on that epileptic electricity that is being given today. Some people still depend on it. and you close the national grid in the name of demanding for minimum wage, how does that help? I'm not a supporter of the government, current government, but I hope they listen to me. They take my counsel not to yield to the demand of this minimum wage. I- I've never seen where the hospital was shut down because of a demand. They're demanding for increase in their salary. They will run a skeletal operation, but they don't close down. They don't shut it down. They don't shut down the power, the electricity. They don't shut it down. And these individuals call themselves saying that they have the interests of the nation, of Nigerians, of workers. According to the report I read, they forced, and if the report is correct, I don't know, they forced the workers out of that place and shut it down. For what? For minimum wage increase. Really? Again, as my boss always says, ask, who did this to us? And I always responded, we did this to ourselves. Not the white man, not the Americans, not the British, not the French. It's we doing this to ourselves. That NLC chairman should be arrested and locked up completely for practicing. I mean, this if this does not fall under a treasonable offense, then I don't know what else it falls under. Even when they are carrying out repairs, there are people in homes using oxygen because of minimum wage. Even if they give you 100,000 naira today or 1 million naira today as salary every month, ain't gonna cut it. It will not cut it, whether we like it or not. Boom boom. Don't let people get angry with you. I came here. I come here in peace. Boom boom. Boom boom Ray. Boom boom Ray. You said it's more political than anything else. The NLC is currently an extension of the Labour Party. They think they will cripple the government and inside the polity. They will fail because they went too far. That is too far. They've gone too far. They've gone 2, 3, 4, 5 far by closing the national grid. I don't understand. I really don't. I'm not because of this, because we've have failed government over the years. I'm not in support of the government in the way things are in the country. But in respect to this action by the National Labour Congress, they should be arrested, honestly speaking. They should be arrested, prosecuted, and locked up. And what? And locked up. You see, thank you for that, Boom Boom Ray. Daniel, it's not realistic. The inflation problem is there. I mean, I don't know if you guys are in Nigeria or you guys visit Nigeria. Or if you don't need to visit Nigeria to know the inflation thing. Inflation is high there. Inflation is extremely high. No control of pricing. Today, you go and buy Pick Milk 100 naira, for example, even though it's more than 100 naira. You go there the following week. Let's just give it, for example, you go there the following week, Pick Milk has gone up to 110 naira or 150 naira. And you want to increase minimum wage. Go ahead and think it's going to solve the problem. Why do we like to bury our head in the sand and thinking the problem will go away? We need good governance. Even if you are going to strike and make a demand, there are better things you should make a demand for. I am not dismissing that the current minimum wage is low. No, it is low. But compared to what is going on, if you increase it, goods and services will also be increased, will go up. So it's a fail, not a win situation. It's a fail situation. And we say we're educated. We say we are educated. We want to clap for them. Was Shomole not a Labour NLC chairman before? When he became governor, he's now a senator. He's turned into something else. I don't understand where these people, which God created these people that wired their brain, Thank you, Folaji Raphael, for joining in the comment section. You said that, my brother, thank you too for joining for truth. I am not on the side of the government, but Labour should be realistic. I hope if they demand for between 120 and 150, okay, it's okay. Listen, Folaji Raphael, if you are there, whatever they demand for, whatever amount they demand for, trust me, goods and services will also go up, which shouldn't be. Until we are able to control this inflation, until we are able to address our institutions, then we can now start talking about minimum wage increase. I don't know. I really don't know. To be honest, it's crazy. I feel ashamed and sad seeing the price of commodity, everyday commodities. I wonder how people survive in Nigeria. I remember when people complained in the 90s that Gary was 1 naira for 1 cup. My brother, Gary is not 1 naira for 1 cup again. Even to soak Gary now, self, it's not easy. To soak Gary now is not easy. I was having a chat with someone back in Nigeria today, and she said she had a visitor, and she offered the visitor to entertain the visitor, and the visitor said, "No, thank you, I'm okay." And she said, "You are one of my best visitors that have ever visited me for saying no, because the price of things have gone up." Now, shame I ask you this thing. So the thing is, I don't know. Who cancel these people? Do they have a lawyer to advise them? Do they have an advisory body? Today, one of a colleague or a panelist once said, failure to react by educated Nigerians is the cause of Nigerians. Are these people not educated? These people are educated. The workers are educated. They supported the strike, thinking that everything is money. No, everything is not about money. We need to draw a balance. Money is good. Money is good. The civil service increased, that salary was increased by 1%. And before they even increase it by 1%, they look at what? They look at inflation first. How does this go with inflation? They don't just increase it. And these people claim to have gone through university, but unfortunately, the university did not go through them. You will plunge people more, NLC. I am speaking to you. You will plunge Nigerians more into suffering, into hard life. That is what you're doing. And as I agree with what's his name that passed this call, shared this comment. 1 second. here, Folajimi. As I agree with him that we are not on the side of the government, but it would be stupid of the government to yield to their demand. It would be stupid of the government, foolishness of them. It will exhibit that truly they don't know what they are doing to yield to this demand of NLC. They should hold their ground and not to yield to that demand. We don't support it. I don't support it. Not just because it's Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All past government, I don't, because they never care. So it would be stupid of them to yield to this demand. Let them close the national grid forever if they want to. Let them close everything, close the airports, close everywhere, shut the country down completely. What they should call on strike for, they did not call on strike. They did not call strike for. Why do you not call strike for the election that just passed? Why do you not call strike for the fuel increment in fuel? Why do you not call price for all those things? You're calling on price for minimum wage. Will that stop? Will that change the price of the pump price of petroleum? Will that change the pump price? I don't understand these people, honestly speaking. Honestly. Thank you for joining this in the comment section. Focus. The NLC and TUC are not always concerned with general working conditions of the worker, but only about. Thank you very much for this. What's your name? Focus one. They are not concerned about the general working condition of workers, but only focus on what? On wage increments. You're not concerned. You think it's all about money. How about issue of discrimination that goes in the working environment? How about the issue of health and safety that goes on in the working environment? How about the issue of what? Of paying them what they are really due for? Not just minimum wage. Even the situation of the country also has caused mental health issues. The only concern, it's not just the NLC, it's just some of our Nigerian mentality or African mentality that everything is about money. All we focus on is money, money, and money, and money, and money, thinking that that is the beginning and the end of everything. Thank you for that, Focus Room. And I appreciate that for bringing that up. The general working conditions of workers. The private sector is worse. It's when your boss close, you close. Your boss will hold you salary. We cut your salary into two. You can't even seek a redress, even in the labor court, if there is any that exists. All you are concerned is about money. Man of prestige. Are you not one of the same brain? Yeah, we are all the same brain. It's a question you ask. We all possess the same brain. But I use my own. I use my own very well, and I'm using my own now. Man of prestige, do you support? Let me see if you're going to use your own brain. Do you support? Do you think this increment strike, shutting down the national grid, is an appropriate thing to do or a good thing to do? I want to tick your brain now. Go ahead, man of support. I'm expecting your response. I will not. We all have the same. I imagine the price of commodity in the Riverine Niger Delta town, because things are always more, they are expensive there than in the uptown town. So depressing that the situation in Nigeria. Yes, things are expensive. I'm from the Riverine area, so I know. But this is about Nigeria in general, not just one sect, because just goodness me, I know. Sometimes I get so tired, it's so exhausting dealing with some of us. So exhausting. So exhausting. One step forward, 200 steps backward. One step forward, 200 steps backward. One step forward, 200 steps backwards. Finding a solution. to a situation. What's your name? Kene Ezeke. Government is saying 60K, which is wickedness, given they paid 190 billion for Hajj. Let's be realistic here. We've condemned this 90 billion they paid for Hajj. That is condemnable. It has been condemned. There is no argument on that. Even if government do not pay 90 billion for the Hajj people, and you are demanding increment in wages without addressing the issue of inflation in Nigeria, even if it is 60K a month, Kenezeke, 60K a month in the context of Nigeria, current Nigeria, you tell me where that 60K will go, how far that 60K will go. I need you to be honest with yourself. We've all agreed that payment of 90 billion for Hajj is crap. It shouldn't have even happened. But going by 60K, let's even say 60K is it, and 60K is the minimum wage they start to pay today. How far will it go? How far will it go, given to current inflation, given to the current price of commodities, goods and services? How far will it go? Forget whether the person has family. The person, even someone who doesn't have family, there is no control in rent rent pricing. There is no control. Anybody wakes up, tell you tomorrow, your rent is depending if it's a 3-bedroom flat, depending on the area, you have to pay now 50,000 naira a month. Or let's just, for argument, 30,000 naira a month. You are paying 30,000 naira a month out of your 60,000 naira. Out of your 6, so you are left with 30,000 naira. How about your other expenditures? Food, clothing, transportation. We're not saying what the government did in respect to the 90 billion is right. It's wrong. But what the NLC is doing is not different from what the government did. But 60K is too small. This same government pay. Let me skip that. All I know is that they took light, and I'm Black Beauty. I don't know if you're in Nigeria, they shut down the national grid. So it's not that they took light. This is beyond taking light. I know what it means to take light. But the national grid is currently shut down. So that means that if this strike will go on for another 2 weeks, let's just say for argument's sake, you're not going to have electricity for 2 weeks. You're going to run your generator. You're going to go to that petrol station and buy, depending on the area you live, because each petrol station, there's no even price. In fact, even the variation is even high. So you're going to run your generator, or if you have solar system, pray to have solar system. You're going to use that one, which cannot even carry fridge and freezer, depending. So there is no light. This is the NLC because they are demanding for what? For minimum wage. Exactly. Thank you, man. You happen to be on inverter, but how long will this be for? That's $1 million question you just asked a Black Beauty. Unfortunately, I can't give you the answer. Maybe Forefather will be able to do that. He's an expert in this security matter. So I really don't understand, Black Beauty. Maybe you have solution to this problem. Could you, because this is a solution-based broadcast I start to run. It doesn't mean we're not going to talk about foolishness that some people practice. How is this a solution? How is this a solution? Initially, they said they removed the fuel subsidy. Now they said fuel subsidy is back. The NLC did not call for a strike. Fuel subsidy, I stand to be corrected. They started paying for fuel, but the price of fuel petroleum product is still up, is still high. They did not call for a strike on that. If the fuel subsidy has been returned back and we pay for it, initially it was removed. If I have not seen any documentary evidence, what people are saying is, why is the pump price still the same? And why did NLC not call for a strike in that regard? Is it that the workers are being deceived and they don't even know anything? I don't know. Please like and share according to Gbemi. Like and share this broadcast and other broadcast, please. Trevor, you said 200K minimum wage. Aha, yeah, we're talking. 60K will not even buy a bag of 50K rice. A bag of 50 kg, I beg you. I believe you meant to say 50 kg rice. 60K will not even, so it's not about it. Thank you for that. So won't buy a bag of rice. But if our institutions functions properly and there's price control, there is what? Price control. Then 60K will go a long way. Then we can be talking about what? Minimum wage increase. And by the way, how many people receive minimum wage? Let's be honest. How many people receive minimum wage? Don't forget, pensioners are whole pension. They've not been paid. They've not paid them in most states. They've not paid their pension. How do they survive? How do they survive? For a week now. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Yours is even beyond the national grid. Now they've not had Black Beauty say for a week now. Now they've not had the national grid on yours. Probably for 3 months you'll be without light. I don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to frighten you. It's just a sense of humor. So, however, for the next 3 months, you may not have light. I am sorry to be the bearer of that bad news. So, focus on the 90 billion Arch Fund is settlement for the religious establishment that enhanced Tinubu's emergence as president. As a thank you, and we gather day for next election pre-arrangement. Allegedly, focus. Allegedly, boom. LM, I don't know. Abla stock up on candles. You don't know how to light fire when I rob you. Black beauty, they're telling you to go back to the Stone Age. So, sometimes it's coming. It's nice to come in, and we have a good laugh. But you see, even though it's we are having a laugh, which is also good for the soul. But what is going on there, I really don't understand. And this is what I keep saying. You know what? I don't want to go there. Don't let me go there. Let me stick to that principle. Boo, if NLC knows they have this kind of power, why haven't they shut down the country over the atrocious pay the Senate allocate itself? I wish I could give you an award. Boom. You know what? I'll give you an award. I'll look for an award for you. You see, thank you very much for this. Why haven't they shut down the country over the atrocious pay the Senate allocate itself? Do you know how much a senator receives? For doing what? For claiming to be representing the people, yet not representing the people. Honestly, as much as I'm not in support of this current government, if they yield to the demand of NLC, I don't know. I don't want to use any bad one here. So let me leave it there. Why haven't they marched to the national? May God bless you all. NLC is asking for too much. The government is agreeing to pay too little. More negotiation needed. Listen, what we need to do is to fix our institutions. Like I said, and I'll repeat, if you please disagree with me if you want to. Let me ask you a question. Most of you have said it, but I need to put this question out today again. If minimum wages increase, let me go by one suggestion, by 200,000 naira a month. Should the minimum wage be increased by 200,000 naira a month, does it solve the problem? If yes, how? If the minimum wage, should the minimum wage be increased to 200k naira a month, does it solve the problem of inflation? Is that enough in the current context of Nigeria, where someone said 60k cannot even buy a 50 kg bag of rice? So we increase the salary to 200. Goods and services will also increase because we don't have the control measure there. Will that be enough? I look forward to the answer. If they really wanted to fight corruption, they'll be considering above 100k for salary. Any state that can't pay their proposed 45k should be dissolved. That's a hash. We dissolve the state. Greetings to you, Mark and Nelly. How are you? I hope you are fine. I don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news. That is to beauty queen. Yeah. 200k minimum wage, my idea for minimum wages, because that will give people favorable purchasing power that will stimulate the country. Man of prestige, goodness me. I wish you could call. Maybe you're at work. I can understand, but I'm going to put the link there again. I wish you could come and answer questions in respect to this your argument that it will give people favorable purchasing power that will stimulate the economy. I don't understand. I'm lost at this. Please, I need you to explain, to clarify further. How will it give people a favorable purchasing power that will stimulate the economy? I don't get it, honestly. No, honestly speaking, I can't. I will take you on this if you come on the platform to explain, because the questions I'm going to ask you, they are not questions that you should be responding to in writing, except if it's in an official capacity. I don't understand. A higher minimum wage, less money to be shared among the politicians, so they won't agree to that. That's not the case, but it's okay. I reckon it might cause hyperinflation. Ideally, between 100,000 and 150,000 seems reasonable. Look, I stand alone on this. No amount is reasonable. Like I said, try it. No amount is reasonable. Or let me rephrase, for any amount to be reasonable, you have to first of all deal with the control of pricing of goods and services. What do I wish you can run an experiment. I wish the government can run an experiment on this basis and say, okay, let's see how it goes. We will increase the minimum wage for 1 month and see if current price of goods and services remain the same for 1 month. Let the government announce that minimum wage will be increased to 150,000 naira for 1 month. And let's see if the price of goods and services will remain the same, or if there's going to be an increment, maybe 1% increase on the price of goods and services. Then I will come here and apologize, give you an open, public, unreserved apology. Because no amount is ideal in this current climate, that Nigeria is. I travel to Nigeria. I do things there. And every day I get called. Price of things keep going up. Keep going up. Even without this minimum wage increment. Without minimum wage increment. And you are telling me that if they increase it to between 100 and 150,000 naira, it's an ideal, or it seems reasonable. Let's say no be today, Yansh Day back, we get pattern. They have marched to the National Assembly. It's under lock and key currently. What difference would that make? What difference for minimum wage increment? Why did they not march to the National Assembly because of the 2020, how the 2020 election went? Why did they not march to the National Assembly when the price of petrol was increased? Why did they not march to the National Assembly if it is true that the oil subsidy, the payment of oil subsidy, fuel subsidy has returned back? Why did they not march to the National Assembly? Putting the cart before the horse. So, because they marched to the National Assembly now, let's applaud for them. Let's stand up and let's sing the national anthem. Arise, O compatriot. They've obeyed the national call, isn't it? Clap for yourself. Let's clap for them. Until the National Assembly. Our fear. The economy will collapse if minimum wage increase is as much as 200,000. If you increase it by 100,000, it will collapse. Technically, as it is right now, it has collapsed. People are just surviving. And you know why Nigerians are surviving? Because most Nigerians are not dependent on the government. That is why they are able to survive. That is how they have been able to survive. And rather than the government to tap into this survival mode of Nigeria and make things easy for them, by providing certain things such as constant electricity, by making sure that the roads are well tied, by providing jobs, by supporting entrepreneurs and industries so that things go on, less dependence on the government. No, that's not what they're doing. They don't bloody care. They don't care. Focus on Nigeria, Venezuela, Argentina are dying of inflation. Meanwhile, China is trying to get out of deflation. Wow, contrasting fortunes. Even today, I heard that China has been able to find a cure to type 1 diabetes, which is insulin. So, and here we are saying that we're talking. Thank you for this. Price of gold will also increase. It will make a difference. Shishi, it will not. They should refocus. They should channel their energy and their anger to the appropriate, back at the right tree. Don't back at the wrong tree. We are not saying they don't have usefulness. I'm not saying they don't have usefulness, but their usefulness must be applied appropriately to the right thing. Not telling us you want to increase minimum wage. You think minimum wage is increasing the minimum wage is the issue? Yeah. Only God is steadfast and faithful. Who is this? Only God is steadfast and faithful. In what? Sometimes when we talk about God and bring God into it's America and they don't talk about God. Do God hate them? But they're able to do things right for themselves. Did they ask for God to fall down from the sky? Is it not the same wisdom God gave them, He gave to us? God, the only God is steadfast and faithful. In what sense? How does this come into play? Can you please explain or provide clarification? Don Anthony as to how does this relate to this issue we're talking about. Yes, God is steadfast and faithful. I know that. I can sing of his faithfulness. I can preach of his steadfastness and faithfulness. I have experienced it. But in the context of what is happening now, how does it come into the equation, please? I'd like to know. A man of prestige, you said that will be reinvested into the economy. My brother, I don't get your time to this. Come and do this argument here. It will not sort out the current hyperinflation. The current government should stabilize price of essential commodities such as petroleum products and food items. Thank you for that, Mark and ETC and ETC. Let me put your ETC there. Come on, what's this in our ETC there? Yeah. Also, like, what is the what's the alarming? Bobo is a experiment. That will be the last experiment that will ever run before the country busts into man of prestige. I'm waiting for it. They can increase minimum wage and also tackle inflation and food and goods. They have to tackle inflation, foods and goods prices first. Tackle that first. Balance it. Make the institutions work. Transparency, accountability. Spending money on ads. I mean, there was this Punch newspaper that the president and his vice president spent, goodness me, I've deleted it, 9 point something trillion, if I'm correct, if it's billion or billion, on travel expenses in the last 3 months. In the last 3 months. So at least there's a match. Kenneth Ezekiel, you sang the wrong national anthem. Kenneth, thank you for bringing this up. May God bless you for this. As somebody said, God is always steadfast and faithful. I did not sing the wrong national anthem. Actually, going forward in any broadcast, until such time that my boss, Rudolph Okoko, says that the channel is being threatened and I should stop it, I will play the national anthem, Arise, O Compatriots, before I start any broadcast and after I finish my broadcast. This came to me today. Unfortunately, I was unable to download it or get it from my colleagues. But from going forward, I will play the national anthem, Arise, O Compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, before I start my broadcast and at the end of my broadcast. So, Kenny, I did not sing the wrong national anthem. I sang the right national anthem. Thank you for that. Electricity, I was responding to a question you also asked that that was why I said they have gone to National Assembly. I know that they gone to National. This is another good question. Why can't the reps and senators take a payment cut? Do you know why? Have you ever imagined or asked yourself why ex-governors go to the chambers? Why? They still get pension as ex-governors. They get pension. All the gratuity, they still get it. They also get what they get, the allocation in the National Assembly. Increasing minimum wage won't stop individuals from taking bribes. It won't, my brother. Okay, Don Anthony. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, I will let that first comment slide. So it will stop individuals from taking bribes, which is true. So the problem is still there. I ain't gonna solve the problem. Please, can you tell us your candid opinion of the supposed minimum wage? I believe I did, but let me say it again for the benefit of for your benefit. In my opinion, no. I rephrase. Not my opinion. I'm making a statement of fact, not an opinion. So it can be challenged. Increasing the minimum wage or requesting or asking for the increase in minimum wage at this time, it's wrong. In the current climate that Nigeria is absolutely wrong as a result of current inflation. There is no price control. The institution to control price or to do that price control is not functional. And you will agree with me, Tosa Indehe. I don't know where you are. If you're in Nigeria or you're familiar with that, you will agree with me that goods and services increased every day in Nigeria. So if you increase minimum wage, those things also will be increased. So it's a fail-fail. There is no win-win situation. That is a statement of fact, not an opinion. And I did say, in challenging, let the government increase it just for 1 month. Let's say we'll try it for 1 month and increase minimum wage by 150,000 naira. And we'll come back here after 1 month. If the price of goods and services remain the same, I will offer an unreserved apology. So asking for increment of minimum wage, it doesn't cut it. And others have argued, why did they not march to the National Assembly and ask them to cut down their own wages? When the first subsidy was removed, why did they not march down there to say, this thing is killing Nigerians? And it is alleged, I've not seen the document, so I'll use the word allegedly, that the government is now paying back fuel subsidy. Why has not the price of goods and services, particularly petroleum products, come down? So it's not an opinion. If I'm giving opinion, I will stay there on the opinion lane. So even though you want my opinion, I have given you facts. And I support my fact, my argument, with instances or evidence. And I challenge you. Let's tell the government, challenge the government and let's make it 1 month. Increase it by just 1 month. Let it stay for 1 month. I bet you if the government says the increment is next month, July, from today, if the government announced today that at the end of July, you will get 200,000 naira or 150,000 naira. The day they announce it, the price goes up. Don't forget the fuel subsidy that was removed. It was announced on May 29, even though on record, according to a document, it's not supposed to kick into effect till the end of June. The day it was announced, that day, petroleum price went up. And the government did nothing to reverse it or to say this is not coming into effect until the 1st of July. Government did nothing. So that is just an example I have given to you. I've given you an example. And I think I've said it here before, 2 or 3 years ago, if I'm correct. No, during the 2020, during the COVID, I went into a chemist shop to buy aboniki. You know what aboniki is? And they said it's about 2005. I didn't have that enough money. Because I was coming back to that area again, I said I'll buy it when I come. And I went 2 days later. By the time I went 2 days later, it's gone to 3,500. And I said, I told them, are you crazy? I was here 2 days ago. This is in 2020. This is in what? 2020. During the COVID, you know, see antibiotics, there's this particular this thing that just went up. So coming here to say, no, it's not my opinion. You ask for my opinion. I am telling you, I'm not giving you opinion. I'm giving you facts. And if I am wrong, if we test it, it has to be tested. If I am wrong, I will come here and give you an open, unreserved apology, both verbally and in writing, and I'll paste it here for you. Oriyomi Abdul, good evening to you too. Welcome to the show. Why also greetings to you as well too again. We thank God. At electricity, machinery. The fact is, the current is bleed the country. The country is bleeding seriously. The government knows what to do, but have refused to do the needful. I'm using the word needful. And it's why I just listen sometimes. They are a bunch of scumbags. Nobody, we can't disagree with you. Nobody will disagree that with you. Man of God, I will come in later to challenge your assertion. I am in the gym. Congratulations. Go to the gym, come back. Carry gym when you finish. I won't be here for long. By 5 o'clock, I'm out of here. So if you be here by 5 o'clock, I can extend it if you give me a specific time that you'll be here. So I ain't gonna be sitting down here waiting for you going to the gym. I want to go to the gym too and have a six-pack like you and broad shoulder and everything. Myself, I won't get six-pack. Don't be me go carry last for this matter with the ground. So Rudolph is also in the gym. He also wants to have six-pack. Shaw has gone to the gym. Yeah, so everybody wants to have. So it's only forefathers who don't want to go to the gym. The colonial people are running his blood pressure high. So we've recommended what he needs to do. Anyway, thank you, man of press. Why are you playing the national assembly? Blaming? Why are you playing the national? Why am I don't, Macanelli, could you? I don't understand what you're saying. You say I'm playing the National Assembly. I don't know. I don't know. Please, can you uh, correct it? That's why I know what you're talking about, please. Thank you for joining. Again, I would like to thank everyone that have joined also in the comment section. Thank you again for your comments. So thank you again for everything. So, and then that would be great if you guys stick to Arise. I am sticking to it. That is, I'm following the footstep of we all have to stick to it. If we want to make any difference, we have to be the man in the mirror, according to Michael Jackson. We have to be the change we want. Every one of us must stick to it because it will be played locally, nationally, internationally. Don't sing it, sit down. That is how resistance starts. It is a national anthem, people will say, but it's also sending a message to the government that no, enough is enough. Boom, boom. Simple answer. Remuneration. Thank you for that. Once again, with this goods and service increase multiple times a day. So, well, this is a fact. See, we wish Nigerians could be part of this program because Nigerians in Nigeria, I beg your pardon, Nigerians in Nigeria love to talk, love to express themselves. And you know why they can't or they're unable to? Because of the cost of data and also the epileptic electricity we have. Now, if we eliminate that epileptic electricity we have, they may join. But when you're in Nigeria, you measure your battery, you turn off your phone. This battery cell will soon die. Let me measure it. I was talking to my graphic artist, the guy that do graphic artists for me. He said, bros, my battery is 4%. It's dropped to 4%. I can't do anything for you now. Okay, I said, don't worry. I understand. 4%. So he has to turn it off. And when he's driving, he will not plug it. He said that is how he charges his phone. And those I don't want to call them. Those National Assembly is going to shut down the national grid. Honestly, if Tinubu don't arrest them and lock them up, honestly, I don't want to say this, but if Tinubu don't arrest them and lock them up, prosecute them. Dan Anthony said my facts are not good enough. Okay, with a smile. So tell me, which aspect of my fact did you disagree with? That is not good enough. This is discussion. We are here to educate ourselves. Could you point to the fact any of my facts that I highlighted that you think, you consider is not good enough, so that either I shed more light on it or clarify it. Again, Dan Anthony, you said my facts are not good enough. Could you kindly point to any of the facts that I just laid down that you think is not good enough, so that you either clarify it or add to it? But I can tell you that the facts are good. Okay? Nigerians that increase price due to yen, dollar, and pound exchange rate. Right, exactly. They will run the country economy to the ground latest by mid-September if the government in Ghana. Boom, boom, Ray. You see, the award of the year, this year, by God's grace, I'm putting this out now, and I mean it. I'm not joking. Please don't take it as a joke. I will be awarding the best comment. I don't want commentator or whatever in the comment section. You will get an award. Boom, boom, your race in the ballot box. So I put your name. I put your name in the ballot box. The moment we hear that dollar has increased, even those who don't deal with dollars, those who don't have a clue, who have bought their goods 10 years ago, they will not increase. Even landlord who has built his house, I'm not making this up. You agree with me? Landlord who has built his house 20 years ago when he bought cement for 1 naira will tell you the price of dollar has increased, is increasing its strength. The landlord does not maintain his house. You do the maintenance for him. And you are now sitting down here. Somebody is not telling us that when they increase it, it will boost the economy. Anyway, we are here to educate ourselves. So, Makanelli, Jagaban and team are focused on the next election. It's clear they are just looting the country dry. Coastal Road, 90 billion for Saudi trip for Muslims. Building new VPLs. Unfortunately, the NLC did not strike against that. This Coastal Road, the NLC should have led a strike, a protest, and block it and say, no, fix the existing state and national roads, the highways, fix it. Why build a new one when the old one is in a bad state? Is that you can't even maintain an old thing? You can't maintain the old one you have. You can't maintain the ones you have. It's like buying a car. It's not about buying new car every year or every five years. This and that. You maintain. If you don't have this maintenance culture, it's gonna go bad. If you don't have this maintenance culture, why didn't they lead a protest and block that? People's houses and businesses have been destroyed before they now discover that, oh, there's a cable here, so we'll take it this way. So can you imagine? People's businesses were destroyed because they are building building a coastal road to enrich themselves. Yeah, you say how come? Yeah, I'm going to put the link out there. So Tosainde, this is the link. I'll put the link to join. I'll post the link here. So it's nice to have you. Here is the link. So Tosa Idehe, I have given you. I have shared the link. It's there. It would be a pleasure. It will be my honor to have you here to talk about the facts and figures. So I hope you have seen the link. So it's there right now. Let's see. Yeah, the link. Just click on the link. It will bring you straight to the platform. Okay, you're talking about the national anthem. Okay, I thought as much. So, Why should forefather go to the gym when he has muscle insecurity? Gym is Bubure. The forefather catch you, you find yourself in trouble. If forefather catch you, you find yourself in trouble. To say there, I have put the link there. So please feel free to just click on the link. Give StreamYard permission for your video and audio, or your audio and video. Then you will now to bring you straight into the platform, and I'll bring you in. Yeah. So thank you very much for everyone who have joined. Again, boom, why should Fafala go? Okay, I think I've highlighted this before. Are you alone today? Where are the other guys? I'm not alone. You guys in the comment section, I'm not alone. I started this broadcast half 3, and it's over an hour now. I enjoy the comment section. Trust me on that. The amount of persistence you will come. To Sunday, you said you want to come. I listen. If people wants to come, I am happy. I do comment section only broadcasts. That is my I use the word specialty or my interest. However, when people come on, it's okay. And the reason why I do that is because I feel those in the comment section are not giving the attention. They say things that are very relevant, that are important. Like today, we have said important things. And some can't join for various reasons, can't come on the live broadcast for various reasons. Some at work, some is maybe they're joining from Nigeria, they can't afford the data or whatever it is. So we have to give the comment section also a chance, an opportunity. And I like your comments. I like your comment. And you won't believe we can go on for 3 hours with just comment section only. And I enjoy it. But like I said, if people wants to come on the platform, they are welcome to come on the platform. Don't forget to like and share the broadcast here. Don't let anybody also intimidate you in respect to super chat. I said it yesterday. KJ usually super chats big money, but don't be intimidated by it. If you want to super chat 1 cent, do it. Feel free. It's every penny counts. We appreciate it, and thank you for that as well. Too. Thank you for joining. To aside there, I'm still expecting higher price, higher tax, and you have the God saying it is wrong time increasing. Who is this? Donaldson. Higher price, higher taxes, and you have the God saying it is wrong time minimum. Yes, I listen. I beat my chest on it. I listen. It's not just gods. It's not just gods. It's boldness. If there's another word better than God. It is wrong, absolutely wrong, stupendously wrong to be asking for increase in minimum wage. Maybe you don't live in Nigeria, or maybe you don't have families that live in Nigeria. You don't have a clue what goes on in Nigeria on the ground. My argument is, or my claim is this: by increasing minimum wage, goods and services also will increase because we don't have that control measure in place. So that makes it wrong. We can deal with increase in minimum wage after we finish dealing with our institutions to control this price. Do you know how much how much it is to buy fuel in Nigeria today? In some places they sell it 800. In some places it's gone up to 1,000 naira per liter. People don't run their generators again. They hardly run their generators. Higher price, higher taxes. You have why should we have higher price? If these things are controlled, why should we have higher price? Or why should price of goods and services to go up? If we have the institution, or we have if the institutions are functioning, why should price of goods and services go high? You just shot yourself in the leg. Because the moment you increase the minimum wage, the prices also will go up. Stupendously, we go up. You just shot yourself in the leg, Dan Anthony. You think it's by increasing minimum wage? You have to balance it. That's what they call balance. You have to balance it against inflation. Evans, I support the NLC 100%. The strike should continue. I did hear what you said before I come here. The economy is bad in Nigeria. That even 500K is not enough as monthly wage for the least workers. So I don't understand. What's your arguments, Evans? You support the NLC 100%. The strike should continue. Okay. Again, you are saying 500K is not enough as monthly wage for the least worker. Boom Boom Ray, if you are there, as one of the, could you please, if you are still there, Boom Delay Martinelli, could you please help me here because I'm lost for words here. Help me to respond to Evans' comments, please. If you can do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. The man is saying, I don't know if it's a man, the individual is saying he supports the NLC strike 100%. However, it's saying, it also went further to say, the economy is bad in Nigeria, that even 500K is not enough as monthly wage for the least worker. So, I don't know. Bobo Rea Evans. So, somebody, I mean, Martinelli, help me to answer this. So that's how economics works. A change in one thing affect the other. Not in Nigeria. A change in one thing in Nigeria does not only affect other, but what? The price goes up. You see, we are talking about balancing things. I am not against minimum wage. Let me put that to you first. But what I am against is asking for minimum wage at this time when inflation is high or how the country is being run. So I hope I'll be able to clarify that to you. Man of prestige. Stop your shenanigans to lock them up. You are perpetuating the subjugating of freedom of speech. Man of prestige. Let me tell you something. You know, last time here you came here, I'm still holding you to that. You said you're going to watch a video when I reference to Peter Obi. Up to it's going to a month now, you've not watched it. But I'm watching you. Okay. Let me tell you something. Or let me ask you a question. Shutting down the national grid, because my argument in arresting them, prosecuting them, and locking them up is in respect of shutting down the national grid. We have an epileptic electricity in the country at the moment, and you're going to shut down the national grid. In your opinion, is it good? Is it a right thing to shut down the national grid? You are in the United States, because sometimes those of us in diaspora, it appears that, like what Aisha says, it appears that we behave somehow. It's like we don't go with the flow. Is shutting down the national grid a good thing? The little electricity we get there, hospitals use it, industries use it. So how does shutting down the national grid help matters? I think sometime last year or this year, it developed a problem. And we condemn it. How will national grid develop a problem and it went out completely? Now you are deliberately shutting it down. And according to what I read, the workers, they were forcefully pushed out there by the NLC, if that report is correct. So I'm asking you a question, as based on your wisdom, is shutting down the national grid a good thing? And I hope you provide answer to this. If you don't provide answer to this, then anytime you come up, I'll push you for it. Thank you. Somebody said they want the link. I've posted the link. Let me paste it again. Okay. I've pasted the link again, and thank you for that. But I must thank those of you in the comment section. Honestly speaking, you don't know how delighted I am that you come on the comment section. It's also helps me because a lot of people come on the platform, but comment section, I love you guys because I love you. Take a kiss. I love you. Okay. Thank you very much. At man of prestige, man of prestige, it's not freedom of speech when people are currently dying in hospital, will miss their dialysis appointment, can't get CT scans. Their actions are bordering on treason at this point. Boom, boom, Ray. I don't want to be partial, but I will give you a personal award beside the general award. I will hold me to it. And this is what I highlighted. It's in the gym there now. It's typing. For you to type in the gym, that means you have to stop whatever you are doing to type this thing out there now. The gym you are right now, you are running on treadmill. Is it not electricity running it in the gym there? Is it not electricity that you are using there? So imagine they are going on strike in the United States and they turn off the electrical power that provides electricity for them. It is people like you that first of all say, oh, the person must resign. The head of the person must resign. They are accountable. They have to resign. And you are telling me here that this thing. Anyway, I'm waiting for you. Carry yourself, come here. I think the problem we are having in Nigeria boils down to production. Yeah, the government is not doing anything in that direction. So sad. I agree. At work here, done. All right, continue. Enjoy your work. But most people may be shy away from the truth. I believe you are saying the way. What have you that bad? I don't know what gave me that impression. Impression of what? Can you due to the global inflation? I don't know. Honestly, nope, I disagree with you. It all connects. Dollars rate determine virtual Nigeria economy. It's more like a chain reaction. They need to fix the refinery. Okay. Martinelli. I'm trying to put it in a way you will understand where I'm coming from or where I'm going. I agree we import, Nigeria imports, we import most things that we use in Nigeria. We're not going to shy away from it. Okay. However, not everything. However, when the dollar rate increase, should it increase? Whenever it increase, if we have our economy running properly, a slight increment in dollar rates does not necessarily need to affect increase in goods and services. But however, if it does, if it do affect it, when we have the institution that control pricing, they will work things out and say, okay, this is it, and this is it, and this is it, and this is what this price averagely we go for. Maybe we'll put 1 kobo on it, or 2 kobo on it, or 3 kobo on it. There will be checks and balances there. Accountability will be there. But when these institutions are not there and the dollar increase, the price of goods increase astronomically. And when the dollar falls, the price of goods does not fall. Do you agree with that, Martinelli? I wait for your response. We've said that the government devalue the currency, remove subsidy. I've dealt on that. There's no balance. There's not. I think I've said it, so I don't know why. Maybe you were not here. I've argued on that removal of fuel subsidy, and it is alleged that it's been brought back, but things still remain the same. It's not balanced, and because the institutions are not functioning properly. I've argued this. I've said this. I am not in favor of the government actions. Don't get me wrong. I said it. But this strike is a no-no. Atevas, Mark Anelli asked you a question. Do you understand the concept of demand and supply theory? Again, Dan Anthony, if I'm totally wrong, please point me to the right direction. That is all I have for you to say. We can't continue like this in this country, robbing Peter to people. I mean, Nigeria has been degrading since 18, and here we are saying we should continue in. Here you are saying we should. Who said that? Did I say so? When did I say that? Anyway, this is for distraction purposes. But thanks for putting in your comment. Evan is speaking in Nigerian is two different opinions on one topic. Confusion basically is saying make minimum wage like 1 million, I guess. Yeah. So thank you for responding to Evans for me, Mike, Nelly, and Bumbure. Well, it's at electricity, as you are holding man of pressure account, I will hold you as well as you looked at 2014 confab. I did suggest it on. Oh yeah, honestly, we're gonna do it. No, honestly, we'll do it. And McNally, listen, we will do that. We had this discussion yesterday, and I've not printed it out, but we will do it. After today, after this evening, I have a lecture to attend. And after my lecture, tomorrow, I will dive into it. It's not till the weekend. I need to bring it out and I need to put it in a format where I can display it on the screen for every one of us to read. So if I can't display, if I can't walk around the computer, I will get some. Yes, goodness me. Today is 3rd of June. Let me send a birthday wishes to my daughter. Today is her birthday. I completely forgot, and not that I forgot. I already sent a text message, but I wish you a happy birthday wherever you are on the planet, and be good. That's all I have to say. So back to you, McInerney. Please hold me accountable. Honestly speaking, push me on it. We will do this. It's about solution. We agree on that yesterday. And we will do that. Thank you for reminding me. If senatorial governors can end based on the minimum wage, then maybe what you are saying will make sense. I think we've dealt on that one as well too. Tosa, you didn't come online. Will it be too much if the capital punishment is being introduced in our political arena, just as it's being practiced in China? That will have to be put into that will have to be debated. I'm not personally. I'm not in favor of capital punishment. Yes, people should be held accountable. People should serve terms, but capital punishment, that is a bridge too far for me. Okay, that's for me. But it's open. If this happen in US, there will be anarchy in at Black Beauty. Let me pray for your husband. Whatever good is season you, may he continue to season you. I hope Man of Prestige is reading this. And those who are saying that the NLC, they back the NLC, NLC support, particularly to shut down a national grid. Boom Boom has responded to that, but may God bless you, Black Beauty, and may that Black Beauty continue to radiate around you. So So that shutting down electricity is bad, but do we have the electricity out? We don't have it. It's epileptic. We agree on that. We agree on that. But the little that is there, don't forget that some people still depend on it. Some people still depend on it. We can't call evil good. Let's stop this. We must not do this. We can't call evil good. No. So, to be honest with the national grid, most national assets provide their own power supply. Okay. Aso Rock is owing billions of naira to Genco's discourse and so on. Police stations, all military barracks are owing NLC. No one is talking about that. A leader is a true reflection of his people. Police station, even NEPA is owing NEPA themselves. Have you not seen NEPA using generator? Have you not been to NEPA office and they're using generator? NEPA is owing NEPA. If you don't know, you better know now. NEPA is owing NEPA. I believe you saw the jump at the exchange rate. What do I do? I mean, at least somebody will say I've misguided minimum wage, but yeah, they cannot provide clarification. You know, we Nigerians, we just say something and we don't provide clarification. It's not misguided minimum wage. If you are the expert or you are the expert, just provide clarification. I mean, just don't write one thing, one line. Shed more light on it. If you say I've misguided, this is an educational process here. If you say I've misguided, provide a good guidance. If you just do that. If you can do that, that will be appreciated. Must we live on dollar? It is still the same government that buy the dollar and like it. We don't have to live on dollar, my brother. I would advocate if all the states should have control of their resources. By this, a lot of cottage industry will be set up there by reducing poverty. That is a good idea. It's all out there for discussion. The citizens should push for it, as far as I'm concerned. So, what solution would you recommend instead of the strike, Mr. Pastor? I think I've said it several times. We need to fix our institutions, particularly with I'm using one, particularly our legislative arms. I've said it over time. I stand on it. I've been saying it over the years. Our legislative arms, National Assembly, the National Representative, they are our problem. If we can solve that part, honestly, a lot of things will go right in that country. Honestly, a lot of things. Welcome, Blackstone. Just give me one moment. Boom, to sign there. Counterpunch in Nigeria, political and now will only lead to whichever party is in power using it to eliminate his opponent. Honestly, we pay in dollars to refine our crude. Import duties is paid in dollars. But Dangote said we're no longer price of this petroleum will come down. He said it's not last month that it come down this day, but Blackstone, the floor is yours. Thank you for joining.
Good evening, Mr. Electricity, and good day to everyone on the comment section. Thank you for having me. So, you're talking about the strike, right? Hello?
Sorry, I'm muted. Yes, I can hear you. Sorry, I was muted.
So, you're talking about the strike?
Yes. The minimum wage.
The minimum wage. And from our point of view, usually the minimum wage is a little bit, I don't know how I will put it. You have to look at that from different angles, actually, right? And like we have been saying that if we increase the minimum wage, it's going to also affect the cost of goods, the cost of living might also actually go up, right? Yeah, definitely it will make the cost of living goes up because due to the mindset of Nigerians, the businessmen, the market, the sellers, the businessmen, because that's our mindset. Because they feel that okay, now people have more money in their pocket, they can also spend more. But normally it's supposed not to be like that, because the minimum wage is only that help people to buy more and not to actually affect the prices of goods in the market. She should not be able, she should not actually make the businessmen, the traders, the petty traders and everything increase their price because the minimum wage has been increased. But looking at Nigerian mindset, or in every business, at least Nigerian mindset, we take every opportunity to increase prices because we see that these other people have more money in their pocket, so the prices have to go up, right? So that is when you look at, generally it is good for the workers if there's it is increase in minimum wage, but also bad in another way because it's going to cost more, cost inflation, cost of living, price of goods is going to go high. People are going to increase their prices and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, your minimum wage is going to, in fact, the increase in minimum wage is going to go, is going to be eaten by the increase in the cost of living and the cost of price of the items and products in the market. That's all. That's the would be the trickle effect on the minimum is the increase in the minimum wage, right? On the other hand, what the labor is asking for, I don't see any reason for that, because when you are negotiating, right, you have to put other parameters into play. If the state, the country cannot pay 30,000, or even the private employers cannot pay 30,000 or 50,000 to their workers, how do you expect them to pay 400,000? For me, it is outrageous when you come up with that amount that should be a minimum. How do you come to that amount? How do you calculate that? How do you come to that figure that should be the minimum wage?
How did they arrive
at that figure that be the minimum wage, right? Because what they are saying that because of price is 10,000, is 100,000, because of something, but that you don't buy a bag of rice every month. Definitely, most of the things so definitely in all over the world, the minimum wage is not based on the cost of things in the market, right? It's based on what they can pay, you understand me, and what the workers can take home, And I will put it like this: let's not forget that the minimum wage is for the low level workers, right? So the minimum wage are people who are workers that have who are not professional workers. But in Nigeria, we make it to be something that for every classes of workers, or maybe the people who are educated, or so on and so forth. But it is not for the professionals. It's the low class workers that are under that minimum wage, right? People that no profession. People are like people working in McDonald's or things like that, something like that, But in Nigeria, we take it to be something that it should be like a baseline or something that for everybody who are working, right? But that should not be so. That's why it is, for me, it's outrageous when you can come and say, I ask you for 470,000 naira for minimum wage, and whereby you know that the country is bleeding. There's no money in the country. Let's be frank. Nigeria is almost broke. You understand me? So you can't come out to such an idea that a minimum wage can be at just amount, right? So for me, I don't see why the labor union is actually insisting that they have to have that amount as a minimum wage, right? So let them come with a realistic amount that is at least the both sides can buy into. And let us also put into consideration the trickle effect it have on the economy. What will be the effect on the economy, right? But for me, what I would have to go into do is to look into what are the factors that are impacting or causing the food the food inflation. What are these factors? Let them look into it. And when they look into it, they can at least, if they can solve, if they can regulate those factors, they can regulate some of them, right? Let's look, for example, the cost of transportation. How can you be selling diesel for 1,400 naira per liter? And you know all trucks that transport goods work on diesel. That's one of the effects. That's one of the factors that affect food insecurity, right? So let's look into that. Look at production, food production. If we cannot get the food from the north, can we be able to encourage farmers to farm in the south and go into massive farming, mechanized farming in the south? If there's Boko Haram in the north, as well and so forth, why can you also do it in the places and encourage people from somewhere who are not in that zone that will be affected by the Boko Haram or by the bandits, and so on and so forth? So the government should look inward or outside the box. Let them think properly how to reduce the effect of things, of their policies or cost of living that have been triggered by the food insecurity, that they can work on that area.
Thank
Right.
you. Take a look at what is on the screen there. There are critical infrastructures that are not to be tampered with during strike actions. Do you agree with that?
Definitely, of course.
So they've shut down the national grid. What is your take?
That is pure wickedness anyway, and also the destruction of Nigeria economy, right? If you are striking,
do you think, let me base it on your opinion, do you think they should be arrested for doing that? Because that is it amounts to treasonable offense. That is intentional willful destruction. In employment is considered as gross misconduct, a straight dismissal. Do you think they should be arrested, prosecuted by the rule of law? And if they are found guilty, go into jail.
They should be arrested definitely, because if you are going on strike, it doesn't mean that you have to turn down the basic utilities that run the economy, right? I don't think the national grid need the workers to be there 24/7 to monitor it. They can go on strike and let the electricity be flowing, right? These are just like self regulatory industry, right? They are there. You only need to monitor in case there's an issue. You can't go there and switch it off, right? And what if that is what they have done? It is a sabotage. This is their sabotage the economy, the government, and other industries that depend on that national grid to for them to function properly. So that is against the industrial regulations and industrial laws, which it is very, very wrong. That cannot be done. You know, it's in Nigeria that such things are done. You can't switch up a national grid in a foreign country. If light goes off for 1 hour, they will tell you the amount of money they are lost. It will amount of billions. So you cannot tamper with utility facilities because we are going on strike. It is never done anywhere. So those that did it, they have to be arrested and be prosecuted, because if you are going on strike, that does not mean that you have to shut down the national grid and put the country totally in darkness. That's never done anywhere in the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Man of Prestige said something here. Well, I'm still expecting him, but I believe he's hiding in his gym, in the gym where he is. He said he's in the gym. I'm trying to look for what what he said, and Evans also said, "Ha." I've asked Ray Boom to answer. They've answered him, but I felt I should highlight it again. Could you please take a read at what is on the screen and weigh in on it for me, please?
This one from Evans.
Yes, what is on the screen there?
I do not support that, actually, because let's realize that where we are the Nigeria economy, the Nigerian workers are already in that situation, right? If you are going on strike, you should also put into consideration the economy, right? You are asking for an increase in the minimum wage, right? And you are going on strike, also disrupting the income or the source of income that Nigeria used to generate income. What is 100% increase? 100 the minimum wages. If you are considering it, you also be realistic. What is 500,000? If they cannot pay 50,000, 70,000, 100,000, we are talking about 500,000. Where's the money coming from? Where's the money coming from? So we have to be realistic sometimes. We have to think somehow in a way that when we are talking, everybody can feel that we are all on the same page. Not just by coming and say this, and this. Even the so-called, how many workers actually get 500,000 in Nigeria, even until today? How many workers? And at the end of the day, what is their work? They are doing that entitled them to get 500,000 as minimum wage. What is the job? What is their production? What are they producing? What is the outcome of their job that is they are contributing to the economy that will make them get 500K as a minimum wage? So you have to look at it into those things. How many Nigerian companies today that actually contribute every month or every year more than 50% to the economy from their production, from their business? How many? So let's look at it in that way. So these workers that are asking for 500K or 400K as a minimum wage, what is their impact on the economy? What did they bring into the economy? We should look at it in that way. If you go to the offices, to the civil servants and everything, you see that they are playing around. They're not even working. You see that some of them work using their mobile phone. They are on social media. They are chatting with their friends. They're not even serious. So come and pay them 500K as minimum wage. That's never done. So I don't see that why they are even negotiating for 100K. They are even negotiating for 60,000 or 70,000. And that's even enough. It's even too high.
Yeah,
so let's look at their production. What do they contribute? What are they contributing to the economy? How does that contribution align with what you're asking for?
Okay, thank you. Macanelli, I just highlighted your comment, and it appears to me that you kind of flip-flopping, okay? Yes, I know the government does not care about its citizens, without a shadow of doubt. There is no disagreement on that. You say NLC should hit the government hard. I will not disagree with you on that. However, if NLC is to hit the government hard, or if you say now they are hitting the government hard on the basis of minimum wage, and the price of petroleum products is still high, that will never come down. I'm sorry for using the word never. They say one should never say never is never. Or that has not come down so far. Maybe put this up for argument purposes. Probably. I don't know. If it is for argument purposes, then there's no point in me weighing into it. I believe you're an economist and you're a well educated person as well too. So you said the government does not care. We agree on that. How can this action of minimum wage, in the context of inflation in the country, hit the government hard? It's the people that is going to hit hard, the citizen itself. You need to start to come out, think outside the box. Even let's just say for the benefit of doubt, for argument's sake, the government agreed to pay 150,000 naira. Does that show that the government actually now cares? Because by the time this happens, price of goods and services will go up. Like I said here, I said it earlier. Let the government try it for 1 month or 2 months. If the price of goods and services don't go up by 100%, I use the word 100%, I will come here and give you my apology. Open, unreserved, verbal, written, AI, whichever way you want it, I will give you that apology. But I take it that you just put that comment there for argument purposes. But that would not be necessary at this point. I'll take the last comment, which is if a foreign adversary was to attempt to attack Nigeria right now, the country is wide open. Thank you for that. Blackstone, thank you for joining. As I bring the broadcast to an end, I was supposed to be here for 1 hour. I've gone above 1 hour. And I will be coming again next weekend. We have a very important broadcast this weekend. I beg your pardon. And which I pray that you will join. I pray the time I set it on, you will be there. Again, thank you, my brothers and sisters from another mother in the comment section. Every one of you, whether we agree or disagree on it, it's what we discuss. But I want you to go back home, sleep on this. It's not just cheap talk. Sleep on it. Let your conscience speak for you. Thank you and have a lovely evening.
Let me say one thing.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's remember, we probably talking at the time of Udoji, right? Let's remember what the effect of Udoji time had on Nigerian economy, because it was almost the same thing. When the Nigerian did Udoji, they increased all worker salary, and what did it do? What happened to the country? It increased the inflation rate up to about 72%. You understand me? So
come again. Can you repeat that, please? Repeat that. Take it all over again. Thank you.
Okay. I said the people are already talking about making reference actually to the time of Udoji, right? When Nigeria had Udoji at that time, right? That when they increased the salary of workers, there was the increase. It increased the inflation rate up to 72% at that time, right? I listened to an economist today in Arise News who analyzed all these things, right? And so this will also be the side effect. You understand me? If you increase the minimum wage outrageously, it's going to affect the inflation rate. It could trigger the inflation rate to a level that will be unprecedented, and that will now have a triple effect on the economy and also on the people. So let's know that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening.
You too. Have a wonderful day. Yeah.